Um, Speaking of villains and people getting money, what we know about the historic settlement to pay college athletes. On Thursday, the NCAA and the so-called Power 5 Athletic Conference reached a groundbreaking agreement that seeks to end the century-old tradition of amateurism in college sports by allowing athletes to receive payments directly from colleges and universities they play for. The agreement was part of a class action lawsuit known as House vs. NCAA, must be approved by the federal judge overseeing the case, a decision that could be months away. The proposed settlement was two parts. First, it would distribute some $2.75 billion to athletes who competed before July 2021, when the NCAA first allowed athletes to earn money from their name, image, likeness, and rights. Second, it would create future revenue sharing model in which schools could each distribute around $20 million per year directly to athletes. Good.
Okay, so you're saying they're basically giving them a salary cap.
Yeah, well, which is good. That's good because some schools have more money than others. Yeah, but it's also, you need to pay these players. Like, I remember the one guy, he sued because he was like, look, man, they were using my picture, my likeness, my jersey, and everything, making hella money off of me. Then he got in trouble because he signed one and sold a jersey.
I mean, this all started with Ed O'Bannon, with the O'Bannon brothers. I believe it was Ed O'Bannon, one of the O'Bannon brothers. Remember the O'Bannon brothers?
No.
They played for UCLA. They were twins. And like one of them filed a lawsuit basically just on, it may have been both of them filed a lawsuit stating that, hey, why can't I make money? If you guys are making money off my name, image, and likeness, you guys are selling my jersey, you guys got me on video games.
I think this is the same gentleman. Yeah, this is the same one. Yeah.
You know, you got me on video games. But I know that before they used to didn't put their names on the back of the video game. You would just see that we knew who they were, though. The bald head dude with number 31, that was O'Bannon. The other number 30, whatever, 30, 32, that was his brother. We knew who it was. So it wasn't like they didn't need to use their names at that point in time. But they've been making billions of dollars off these athletes for a very long time. They got some schools that got 100,000 seat, you know what I mean, stadiums, man.
And fact check me on this. If a player gets injured and they can't play anymore, they take away their scholarship.
They can.
Yeah, they'll take away your scholarship. You have to pay for college. Crazy, right? Crazy.
And I mean, we act like a scholarship equates into, I mean, yeah, scholarship, depending on what college you're at, it might be worth $100,000. But at the end of the day, if I'm a good athlete and I'm making you millions, they're like, there was some athletes who were older guys in the league. They're like, man, I think it was DeMarcus Cousins. Like, I couldn't even afford it. They said they were selling my jerseys. I think we went down to like Mexico or somewhere. He's like, they're outside selling my jerseys and I can't even afford to go get a meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what he's like, fuck this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand him for that.
That's real, though.
This has been going on for a long time. But
if they did something, like sold something, they'd be kicked off the team.
And if you look at the sports, man, like no other sports, only in basketball, I believe, and in football, where you couldn't go directly. For a while, you could go directly pro, then they stopped it. But if any other sport, baseball, hockey, golf, any other sport, you can go directly to the pros, but not these two. And who are these two sports dominated mostly by? Yeah. You know, and so,
baseball doesn't have a salary cap either.
And so they're going to make sure we need to start playing baseball a lot more than what we have.
Well, we used to, now they're going to start counting the Negro League stats from back in the day. You know, the reason they got rid of the Negro League is because they were like, we're going to let Jackie Robinson play in the Major League Baseball, right? But if we do that, you have to get rid of the whole Negro League for this one guy. And a lot of them didn't want to do it. And they were like, no, this is progress to get us in the game. And now we don't even advertise baseball. They're starting to do it now into the inner cities.
Yeah, they need to start.
They're starting to do it now,
we got to get back on that because baseball is paying. And a lot of these kids who are playing football and playing basketball could be great baseball players. They just don't, it may not make it to the league in those two, but they could definitely probably make it in baseball. Or
like comedians said, put them in hockey. Once they figure out they can fight, they just have black dudes out there with no stick, just skating around.
But you know that hockey was invented by
black people. Yes, it was invented by Africans that used to play field hockey. Then they had to go work up in Canada. They weren't slaves; they were just working. And so they were up there, and they still wanted to play field hockey, but everything was frozen, so they just slid around on the ice.
So I mean, I definitely look at this as a great thing. I mean, I know they just gave back what's his name here? Man, he played
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush. They gave him back his Heisman.
Remember, they took it twice because Johnny Manziel said something.
Manziel said something about it. Helped him. I felt he helped him get it back.
He did.
You know what I mean? Like, I won't do this until this happens right here. And all of a sudden, they want to give Reggie, but they need to give. They
took it twice from him. I would have been like, you ain't take it. I look at it like this, folks. If you give me something, it's no longer yours to take back.
I mean, you look at the Fab Five, man. Look at UCLA. You know what I mean? All these, not UCLA, but UNLV. I mean, all these different kids, man, who were coming from out of inner city situations. You guys made millions off of them. Then you want to sit back and kick them out, make them leave basketball, take away their any
villainize them because they want to make some money, a little, just something because they want to eat something different, because they want to have some nice clothes. They're making you millions. There's thousands of people cheering for them.
Education's good enough for you. I mean, these people are crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, if they blow out their knee, that's the end. That's everything for them. A lot of these athletes only have that amount of time. They have a short amount of time to make most of the money they make in their whole entire.
And they only take so many players from college
for every sport. And so I'm really happy this happened for college athletes. I hope, even for high school athletes, this is good for them as well too. I know they don't get any of this money, but
they can be scouted. The scout will be better. It'll be better scouted.
And at the same time, they can make money now in high school.
And hopefully the players go to HBCUs and stay away from these schools that don't have the DEI programs anymore.
I mean, I hope that these HBCUs as well step up their game and really put these. I mean, these kids aren't going to want to go there if their facilities are not right.
Yeah.
And so with some of this money, I know that who was that? Who was speaking today? I can't recall. I believe it was Raphael Warnock. He's the governor. I mean, not the governor. I'm sorry. He's a senator from Georgia. He spoke about $16 billion that the Biden administration has given to HBCU. $16 billion with a B. And so hopefully you guys do something with your facilities and kind of get your kids in a situation to where people want to go there.
Yeah, because I mean, the HBCUs could be running all college sports if they're smart enough.
But you got to invest in the right things. I mean, people won't look at that as good investments because they're like, if you're a school, why are you investing in sports? But if you invest in sports, you can take that money and invest more into your school. There's some schools probably making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. I know that when Deion Sanders went over to
Jackson State.
To them, then he moved over to Colorado. Their first year, I think he made him like almost $200 million or something like that. Some ridiculous amount.
But see, the reason he didn't stay with Jackson State is because the people that were in there that are running it are just, they want to hold on to their power and they want things their way. Well, you just lost a whole bunch of money, so they should be fired. But
he said that. I mean, not to get me, but he said that he was supposed to have a profit sharing thing with them as far as with the tickets and the seats would be sold out, but the money wouldn't be right.
Yeah, no, they got funny with him.
Yeah, like and then at the same time, they're only paying him $300,000 a year. He goes over here, he's making $6 million. He can take his kids that he's no longer in, the Memphis area, where it's violent. You can't.
Jackson State is Mississippi.
I believe it's Mississippi. But is it close to Memphis? Is that close
Mississippi is a state? Oh, I don't know.
I know that, but I think Mississippi and all that's
all right in the same.
Right in the same area. I believe
the Chitlin Circuit or whatever.
Yeah, but
hey, let us know what you think about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, subscribe, share. This is Uncommon Courtesy.